Okay, hello and welcome back. Sorry for the delays starting the stream. Had lunch a little later than I usually do. But I'm here now. And last we left off, my character, Shepard, had finally been made a Spectre, the first human Spectre. Hi, Akigor. Yes, I am ready to recruit Liara. I know she ends up on the crew. I know that much at least. So I've been spoiled somewhat, but there's a lot of the details I have no clue. So obviously they were given a choice. Let me go ahead and load up the game as to which lead we pursue first, but naturally, since I know Liara joins the crew, that's who I'm gonna go after first. But yeah, we finished on the Citadel. We're on the Normandy. Captain Anderson basically stepped down so we can have the Normandy and do our job of tracking down Saren and stopping him. He's the reason that things went sideways on Eden in the first place. So when I tried to talk to Kaden and Ashley, they were like, no. Not yet. Maybe later. So the question is, how in the world do I get somewhere? Do I go to the navigation console? Because I don't think it's quite clear. Am I on the correct deck? That's the next question. No, I'm not. Okay, I think I need to go... No, I'm here. What the heck is over here? Oh, that's Kaden. Okay. So I'm here, and I need to take one of these to go to deck 1. Okay. I didn't spend enough time on the ship itself figuring out where everything was. Oh, and we talked to Joker, and he was very, sensitive and kind of jumped the gun as to he expected me to not me but the commander to be like, hey, are you sure you can pilot, because you got weak legs? And it's like, wait, you have a problem with your legs? How do I open the galaxy map? Oh, I think I come over here. Hey, how about that? It's a bit like the setup in Mass Effect Andromeda. Okay, here we go. Okay, Citadel, supposedly constructed by the long-extinct Protheus, this colossal deep space station serves as the capital of the Citadel Council. Gravity is simulated through rotation, and is a comfortable 1.02 standard Gs on the wards and a light 0.3 standard Gs on the Presidium ring. Total length open is 44.7 kilometers. The diameter when it's open is 12.8 kilometers. Population is 13.2 million, not including keepers. Gross weight is 7.11 billion metric tons. But it's in space, so that doesn't matter. Okay, enough. Oh, okay, this is pretty intuitive. Now, Widow. I have no idea where I'm going. Okay. Can't zoom out any further. So that's where I am. How do I figure out where I need to go from here? Okay. This is kind of cool, but it was a lot easier in Andromeda. I'll tell you that right now. so bear with me. Kepler, Verge, Armstrong Nebula. I wonder if it's named for Neil Armstrong. Voyager Cluster, Hades Gamma, Gemini Sigma, Argos Rho. Wait a minute, Gemini, that's one of the horoscope sites in Western astrology. Hawking, Eta. Okay, this whole thing is in Milky Way, so wow, this is way the fuck out there, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Sparta, Knossos, Athens, Macedon. I don't remember where I'm supposed to find her. But I know Athens and Sparta were two Greek city-states. Let's see if I can type. Prothean ruins. Okay, so apparently, if you don't want to romance anyone in Mass Effect 1, it's preferable to save this mission until last, but I want all my crew members dag nabbit. So let's... Oh, this is cool. Planet visible from the inner system leading to the planet's name. Okay, no mention of Prothean. Nausicaa. Traces of sodium in the atmosphere give Nausicaa its overall dark gray color, but it is otherwise a typical hydrogen helium gas plant. Abundance of water vapor in the upper atmosphere account for its white clouds. Okay, we can't even land on it. Alright. Salamis. I feel like this would be too close. Geological properties of Salamis have been scanned from orbit below levels known but as thick carbon dioxide atmosphere, proximity to the energetic star Athens, the equatorial daytime temperature have been known to turn the surface molten across the composite iron with deposits of platinum through metals. I was the stars. Proteus. Like the Hanar homeworld, Proteus is more than 90% oceanic cover. The incredible heat thrown off from Athens raises global humidity to 100%, creates constant cloud cover, and powers colossal typhoons that rage across the surface year-round. Hot, humid, and storm-racked, Proteus' rare combination of oxygen, nitrogen, atmosphere, carbon-based biosphere nevertheless recommended for colonization. Pilot program is studying the possibility of colonies below the water's ocean surface safe from the worst effects of the weather. Nope. Not. Can't land on that with the Circe. Circe is a modestly sized hydrogen helium gas giant with traces of sulfur and chlorine, given its striking yellow green tint. As the development of the Proteus colony continues, Circe will likely be developed for alien mining. Okay, so Athens is not. So Nix on Athens. Knossos. Phaistos. Gee, I wonder why it's called that. Many theorem. Zachros. Zachros is a terrestrial world with a nitrogen methane atmosphere containing trace amounts of hydrocarbons. Its frigid surface is mainly composed of water, ice, and hydrocarbon sludge. Most of the surface is not solid enough to support the full weight of a landed ship. If approach is necessary, use shuttles or keep the ship's mass back down below them. Okay, that's not gonna do good. This one, Arcanes, it's probably too far out, but hey, interesting. Small hydrogen helium gas giant. This is like an oxymoron, a small gas giant. Arcanes has been developed as a full-featured if modest stopover for ships hauling refined materials from Therum. In addition to a powerful magnetic field to dump drive charge, Arcanes has a largely automated infrastructure of helium refining and deuterium mining on its many water ice moons. Jeez, it has a pretty short day length. I didn't even notice this on the other ones. But look at that orbital pier. Good grief. Therum is a distant but rich industrial world claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. Its plentiful heavy metals fueled the recent manufacturing boom on Earth. Core samples rich with the fossils of simple silicone-based organisms indicate Therum was more habitable in the past than it is at present. Perhaps this explains the many protein ruins dotting the surface, most of which have been looted by mining corporations. If they've been looted, I don't think Liara is gonna be there. I wish I'd taken time to read the journal entry. Phaistos. Phaistos is a small terrestrial with a trace atmosphere of carbon dioxide and xenon. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of sulfur and rare silicates. There is little of interest on this desolate world. 0.3 Earth years. A very long day. Armeni is a terrestrial world with an unusually thin atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Its surface is composed of silica with deposits of carbonaceous materials. The initial flyby probe Armeni detected multiple areas of the equator with oddly regular surface protrusions. I can talk, really. Closer investigation revealed these as millions of elaborate crypts a few meters below the surface left by a long-extinct spacefaring species called the Zeon. Many human universities wish to perform archaeological excavations. Council law holds grave sites as sacrosanct, however, and the matter has been tied up in court for a decade. Of course it has. Let's try Sparta! First Assassin's Creed game I ever played was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so I have an interest in a vague interest, I guess you could say, in the two city-states. Altair, Tremanre, Alsages, Volta Malca,
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Okay. Aeolus is a terrestrial planet with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Aeolus' surface is covered by wide deserts of silicon sand, with only a few areas of igneous rock highlands to break the abrasive dust-choked wind. Aeolus' orbit is congested with debris thrown inwards by the gravity of the gas giant and pulled to the magma. Due to a high rate of meteor impacts, exploration is highly dangerous. Stress beacon. Damn it. I really want to get Liara, but the stress beacon is serious. Great. Perfect. I knew that was a horrible idea, but I did it anyway. First step, death by Russian law. Stress signal, debris, anomaly. Can I just embark the Mako, or am I stuck in it? Okay, I need to be more careful. Or maybe I should go to those other locations first. So let's go this way first. Instead of going right after that thresher mob. Killed me twice. Oh my gosh, there's one planetoid body in Andromeda with very low gravity. That was so much fun to drive around on. You can almost fly. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Oh look, I can check the journal. Artemis House did that. Nowhere did that. Girls gets attacked. Options. Controls. Oh, key bindings. Combat. Vehicle, move forward, backward, left, right. That's not button. Hold, change zoom level, repairs, jump jets, boosters, exit vehicle, leave world. How do I grab the stuff? Do I just roll over it? Nope, that's supposed to be it. Okay, that didn't do it. Harness repair. Parking level. Right, that's red line means the edge of the map. Pass Pro. Okay, how do I select stuff while I'm in Mako? That's my question. Normally I'm supposed to use spacebar, but that just activates my booster jets. Well, jump jets. Exit the vehicle if I'm on level ground. Oh, there we go. Bugger. Can't salvage it. Okay. It looks like if I want to do anything with stuff on the ground, I have to get out of the vehicle. Damn it. This way. It's only all parts to be good with the pallet. Forward over to it. Mummified Solarian. just about guarantee that I am not up to actually fighting the pressure mob. What? Beat that pressure mob. Sorry about that distress signal, but Alsages is a small terrestrial with a trace atmosphere of methane and argon. The surface is composed of water, ice, and calcium with occasional deposits of white metals. During the Alliance's pirate suppression campaign in the 2160s, the Batarian Para was caught with his frigate Chinaran grounded on Alsages for drive discharge. And challenged by the cruiser Hyderabad, Para refused to surrender. The Chinaran was destroyed attempting to take off. The debris is strewn across the southern hemisphere. Is a dwarf planet composed of light magnesium silicates with deposits of aluminum. I can talk, really. Aluminum. Its surface is covered by wide swaths of ancient dark basaltic lava, possibly indicating the world was created through an impact with some other body in the system. Tremanre's magnetic field is non-existent, this makes it impossible for ships to drive its discharge from orbit. That said, Tremanre's minuscule gravity allows even cruiser-sized vessels to land safely for direct grounding. Altaia is an unusually large terrestrial world with a trace atmosphere of methane and ammonia. The surface is frozen and mainly composed of sandstone and other sedimentary rocks with deposits of iron and chlorides. Judging by the sedimentary composition of the crust, it appears that Altaia once possessed an atmosphere thick enough to support some form of liquid. But cataclysms stripped the atmosphere and left the planet to freeze is not currently known. Shargilla, Corolan, Patavig, Fargulus? Fargulus is a standard hydrogen-helium gas jet with an abundance of airborne hydrocarbons. Patavig is the second of Macedon System's giant terrestrial planets and by far the more interesting. Most of the surface is covered by a vast sea of liquid ammonia, in which a unique aquatic ammonia-based biosphere has developed, while the frozen continents are largely bereft of life. A rich bounty of complex organisms, many larger than humans, flourish in the chilly, toxic seas. While dreadfully inhospitable to humans, Patavig is suitable for colonization by the bolus. Negotiations between the Systems Alliance and the Volus' patron Satorian hierarchy have made good progress. Parolin is an enormous terrestrial planet, half again the size of Earth. Despite its thick atmosphere, the weak output of the red dwarf Mastodon leaves its surface burning coal. The crust is mainly composed of silica, but significant deposits of iron and other industrial metals are present. These lodes may prove rich enough to be profitably mined despite the heavy gravity. Warning, level 1 pressure hazard. Shargilla has a very dense atmosphere of ammonia and oxygen. Its temperate surface is mainly composed of alumina with deposits of sulfur. Calm buoys in the system recently logged a number of unregistered vessels operating nearby. Shargilla has an extensive silicon-based oxygen-breathing ecology, heavily populated areas covered with fine silica, silicon dioxide dust, the respiratory byproduct of the world's higher animal forms. High-speed surface winds, often laden with abrasive silica dust, present a hazard. In areas where the wind deposits a great deal of silica, boating can be treacherous. EVAs are discouraged. Okay, so there was only one planet, one system that even had a mention of protein. And I remember that was Knossos? Is it Knossos? Knossos? Or is it Case Island? I don't even remember which planet it was. Not that one. There was a picture. I remember that much. Okay, we're gonna pick Allie and Rex. Let's see if I do better this time around. Okay. Learn from my mistakes. Save.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Now. Okay, I think this is where we needed to go. It's much more complex than what we had before. Ooh, I'm guessing I don't want to go in that lava. Ground vehicle in Mass Effect Andromeda, you can drive over bugs and kill them that way.
Only a fool punches a knapsack in the mouth. We should sneak around and pull its tail.
How do I get in? I think I have to use... Or maybe not. Nope, that's not working. Wait. But also frustrating. Stuck. Get off the stone. There we go. I went. Okay. Yeah. can drive the Mako in and out. Okay, that shield is annoying. Alright. Okay, gotta poke around a bit more here. Containment cell. Okay. There we go. That's what I was trying to get when I was in Mako earlier. Didn't work.
Think we're good, Commander?
Okay, I guess Callie. What did I get Callie from? Callie saying I think we're good means we got everyone. Overshot. Overshot the door. I do that. Ooh. Loot. Whoops. Well, that's what I wanted to do anyway. I'm so used to spacebar being the jump button. Okay. Now, where did I leave the car? There it is. Everybody remember where we parked? when I'm playing a game, so it's hard to remember sometimes. Yeah, this is very interesting. You know, the world is very barren and rocky, but they managed to make it interesting somehow. I don't know how, but they sure as heck did. How do I... Turn. There we go. This is taking us to another section of the map. Even in real life, I don't really like driving this kind of stuff. And especially a game like this with Tunnel means that they can choose when to attack, and you don't have much of a forward. You can't pick and choose. That was funny, just like driving reverse, are we? Oh, that just shows the tunnel. Okay. And whoops! Out of the lava! Lord is lava. I gotta go on foot then. Mako won't fit that way.
Redeploying.
good angle. Front. Melee attack wasn't working. The floor is lava. Well, that's, we just Oh, what the? That's just, oh my gosh, that's creepy. Oh, bummer. whatever was damaged, I got rid of it. Touching the armor here. I think I need the Mako, but I can't try the Mako here. I could say bad guy, just enemy. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was quite the fight.
All targets down.
Hey guys, you doing okay? Sorry about that. Whew, holy shit. Wow. Okay. Okay, I am definitely saving it after that fight. Do not want to do that again. Okay. I guess we're going forward.
It looks like this cavern was around the ruin, after it was built.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Having companions makes things so much easier, but the companions are so dumb. I mean, Garrus died when we were fighting that one guy in the bar. Down he went, and it's like, really?
Shields disabled.
You're not gonna go on a second coming, right? He's a Krogan. Why am I asking? Do they stagger the elevators for some reason? No music. No that's not good. Oh.
Hello? Could somebody help me?
There she is.
Please?
Oh.
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Liara to Sony, I presume?
Thank the goddess. I did not think anyone would come looking for me. Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
How did you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth, beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please!
Your mother is working with Saren. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
We just need to figure some way past this energy field.
It's a Prothean barrier curtain. I knew it would keep me safe from the Geth. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please.
We'll find some way to help you.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
Krogan with the Geth. Stalkers were driving me crazy in that previous fight. Oh my goodness. Huh.
Oh, how did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We have to get you out of here before more Geth arrive.
Yes, you're right. I've seen enough of them to last a lifetime. That button should shut down my containment field.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on! I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Seren's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert. He probably wants you to help him find it.
The conduit, but I don't know.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event.
Oops.
We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister!
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
We don't have 8 minutes.
He needs to move faster.
If I die in here, I'll kill him.
I'm with Rex.
Surrender. Or don't. That would be more fun.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her, and he always gets what he wants. Kill them. Spare the Asari if you can. If not, doesn't matter.
That was
Too
exciting.
close, Commander. 10 more seconds, we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
Just how old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours. But among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child.
Okay.
That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research.
Oh no.
But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
The reason I'm saying oh no is because Liara is my jam in terms of a romance option. Because my first romance in Mass Effect Andromeda was Suvi because she was so absorbed in her science. She just gets so absorbed in her work, and for some reason I like playing opposite that in games like this. They're so oblivious when you try to flirt with them. You kind of have to be in their face about your interest in them.
What cycle? What are you talking about?
The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines, the Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions? Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
Oh boy.
This isn't helping us find Saren, or the conduit.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
I'm definitely not seeing this one. No. This one.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
Oh boy.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Great, another alien. Nope, not seeing that.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate, or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
No pressure. Gosh, that was a lot, wasn't it? Yeah, Liara should definitely eat, sleep. How long was she stuck in that immobilizing field? Okay, so... Okay, that's where I was. Alright. Of course Liara is in the lab. Where else would she go? She's a scientist.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined.
I like her.
But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
And Tally? She's a romance option, or is it only for male shepherds? Because my brother was playing Mass Effect. I think he was playing through all three at once. He was complaining about the lack of queer options, I guess you could say, for female shepherds.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
Benezia never told you her partner's name?
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood, though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face. It is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Maybe something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
The This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers. But I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha. You share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Okay, tally events available until Mass Effect 2. Okay, I gotcha. Liara is making it very hard to not romance anyone. Because I kind of want to go with no romance in the first game, and then after the start of Mass Effect 2, Shepard realizes she's been too focused on her work and needs to kind of expand her horizons, I guess. And form stronger connections. But man, Liara is... Because I mentioned to some friends, I was talking with some other people about who to romance, and I mentioned that nerds who are passionate about whatever their nerd thing is, it's kind of like catnip to me. And they're like, oh, Liara might be a good choice, and I'm like, shit.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Oh dear.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool.
No, I think you're
now
adorable.
You know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Nope. I am not going to pretend it never happened.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Okay, talk to Dr. Chocolate. Let's see, can I talk to anyone else? Suffocated.
Commander, do you have a minute?
I always make time for my officers.
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. I mean, it's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Well, well. You're a romantic. Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future in space?
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, you know, for justice. Or maybe I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training. I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. Bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana, who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. Like you, I guess. Ma'am.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
I wanted to get to know you a little better, that's all. Thanks for the talk, Caden.
Well, you're welcome, ma'am. You, make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
No, I don't. We'll talk again later.
I'll need some time to process that, Commander. But, yeah, I'd like that.
I have a feeling I'm going to end up having to choose between him and Liara. Okay. Hayden, that's me. These are the sleeping pods. Wrong direction. I always get turned around.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it, too. He was C-Sec, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right, or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
Yeah.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, C-Sec's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
I don't think she's used to teasing, good-natured or otherwise.
No fun, Commander. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of your time. Off the record.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
I'm not gonna lock them in sleeper pods for the whole trip, Williams.
I'd be more comfortable if they didn't have access to engineering and the CIC. We, humanity, I mean, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
How do you get from relying on ourselves to mistreating our allies?
I don't mean we should mistreat them, Commander. I just think we should be prepared to go it without them. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
You got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
All right, I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're gonna have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
I don't think kissing Turians will be necessary.
You never know, Commander.
Dismissed, Chief.
Oh, but so many fans wanted kissing Turians to be necessary, or at least an option.
So, We've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good? He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would've if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
What can you tell me about the Genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Okay, I already talked to him about
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Okay, so... Tally, that's why I'm missing. Shepard, Rex, Ashley, Garrett, Tally.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sounds like the pilgrimage isn't just about finding resources for the fleet. Maybe it's about teaching you to appreciate your people and culture.
You're probably right. We Quarians spend our whole lives traveling. But really, we never leave home. The pilgrimage has given me a whole new perspective on our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
See you later.
Okie dokie, everybody, and we just hit the 2-hour mark, so that's it for today. We'll come back to this next week, provided something else doesn't catch my attention. So next week we'll do one of the other missions, and hopefully I won't screw it up too bad. Maybe my crewmates will actually survive the firefight. Aha! Codex entry. There we go. Any other codex entries? No, it doesn't look like it. Here's one. I wonder if Jeff has anything new to say.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I, pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
I think I'd like Joker better if he wasn't so, if he wasn't such a bragger. Anyway. Wait, there's another heat loaf ladder? Why are there two? Huh. Okay, yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you for joining me. This will go up on my YouTube channel in a couple days, I think, depending on when I download it from Twitch. So I will be back on Wednesday, and I will continue with the visual novel that I've been working through. I have some other stuff I need to do as well. So, we'll see. Take care, everyone.